You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.TheExceptionalConservativeshow.com.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Exceptional Conservative Show live from the nation's capital. I am your host, Exceptional One, Kevin McClinton. So glad to have you all here. We are not ashamed of the good news of conservatism, for it is the power of liberation, first to the Republican and then to the socialist. Okay, like a great so glad. Mary Brockman, smooches. Love ya. Mary, listen, I love you dearly, Mary, and I am looking forward to a wonderful, wonderful show. We have with us as a guest this evening, and she'll be coming on just a little bit right after we do the Pledge of Allegiance. Emily Hibard is with us tonight. She's part of the honorprojectmovie.com, honorprojectmovie.com. It's a documentary on fatherhood. Yeah, I know. I am the evil one. I am a man. In our society, being a man is enough to be hated, vilified, and when you have terms that, and I just want to be honest with you on this Memorial Day, if you have terms that are given to you like sperm donor and a dog and things of that particular, when those assignments are given to you, often the image, the stereotype of being a father, the denigration that goes along with it, and it becomes real. If you say a fictitious thing is real enough times, it becomes true. So, unfortunately, in our era, especially in the District of Columbia, where over 80% of the children are born from out of wedlock or single parents, the idea of being a father has been abandoned, if not maligned. And so tonight, ladies and gentlemen, what a tremendous honor to have Emily Hibard with us from the Honor Project movie regarding that fatherhood documentary. We'll be talking with her a great deal regarding that. Want to thank Mary Brockman, my bouncer in chief, who was there this evening. If you diss her, you diss me, you will be dismissed. And more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, for the servicemen and women, their families at least, who have historically, since the beginning of this time, done everything that they could do to protect us and to keep us from all hurt, harm, or danger, to protect the United States of America, to raise the flag. When you think of the national anthem being written for what happened in Baltimore, when soldier after soldier during the Civil War at Fort McHenry failed, but the soldier behind them jumped on top of the other soldier to keep the flag from falling, and they were wounded or shot or killed, and that continued to happen throughout the night, and still our flag was there. Ladies and gentlemen, our nation is a nation built on sacrifice of blood, sweat, and tears of men and women, and sometimes children, who have served our military and given it all, everything, their very lives. So I know some of you all are still piling in the nachos, and you're drinking your beer down, your Coronas, and you got the last of the big burgers there, and you're just regretting the fact that you have to wake up tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock to get on the road to go to your job. But I want you to understand, this weekend was never about being the first weekend of summer. This weekend was about the men and women that sacrificed everything, their very lives, to protect us. And so on this particular night, I ask for a moment of silence in respect of this Memorial Day. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we do at this particular hour of the night. We always allow our children to lead us, and well, sometimes we have Senora Cabrera do it, but this night we're going to have our children lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And there are two reasons, and I'll tell you after this. Everything has to do with God blessing America and America blessing God, but there are two reasons why you should do what we're about to do. We're going to pledge allegiance to the United States of America, the U.S. flag. We have behind us the words of the Pledge of Allegiance as well as the U.S. flag. We ask that you put your right hand over your heart. Take all the stuff off of your head, the garb, all that, the hats, all that. Take it all off, and don't do that flip the hat around, the brim of the hat around. That means it's off. No, take it off. Take off your hat. Put your right hand over your heart. Let's pledge allegiance to the United States of America. And when you come back, there are two things I'm going to tell you to do every single day with your kids.
Face your parents. Ready, begin.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they cute? They're the most beautiful people on the face of the earth until they grow up. No, they're your children. And you love them always. But you know what? You cannot guarantee what happens in the classroom when they leave you and everything that you taught them. And you took them to Sunday school this week and gave them Crayola so they could draw pictures of a flag for Memorial Day. Yeah, there's no guarantee of what happens to them when they go to school. So there are two things I'm going to tell you to do every single day with your children. Two things. One, pray with your children. Two, pledge. Pray and pledge every single day. Not only will you turn their world around, but when they go into the world, they will turn it around as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to some, present to others, documentary filmmaker Emily Hibard, who set out to explore just how fathers are learning to cope and thrive in an underappreciative culture. She says, I am grateful for the childhood my own dad allowed me to have, and that was one of the motivations for her doing this particular movie. In a time and era where being a man, being a boy, being masculine is denigrated and considered taboo, we have someone who knows and understands what it means to have a good dad. Without further ado, I want to introduce to some, present to others, Ms. Emily Hibard. Good evening, ma'am. It's a tremendous honor to have you on the Exceptional Conservative Show this Memorial Day weekend.
And thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Listen, aren't you supposed to be hating men? I mean, you're a woman. You're supposed to hate men. Men are the worst things that ever were created on the face of the earth. They're dogs. They're animals, and especially old white men. I mean, it's just, how can you appreciate men?
If I got my news from mainstream media, that's exactly what I would be thinking. That's what they're telling us. That's what we're feeding us. This isn't a good time for a documentary on fathers and men. This is the time for a documentary on fathers and men, because to state the obvious, there's a lot happening in our country right now, and men, as you just stated, are being made out to be violent sexual predators who only impregnate women and abandon their children. And I guess, in a way, Honor Project documentary is my way of standing up and saying, hi, I'm Emily, and I disagree.
You are a break. Okay. Okay. That should be very odd, because we got to go to a break in about a minute or so. So I don't want to. We're going to get that our next segment recorded, so that it'll be out there for everyone to see it, and you'll have it for your own records per se via our YouTube. But I just, that sounds great, but you must have been vilified I mean, maybe not publicly, but I mean, kind of like under the cover kind of thing, you know. That's cute that you want to do this documentary, but didn't people take you aside and say, you know, Emily, maybe you want to spend some time photographing whales or something, but something like that, right?
I'm getting a lot of heat for doing a project that simply focuses on men and fathers. I'm getting a lot of heat here.
Oh my God! And you put you are a wondrous woman. I am honored on this Memorial Day weekend. I am honored to have Emily Hibard on. HonorProjectMovie.com, HonorProjectMovie.com. You can find her on Twitter at Emily Hibard. Listen, we'll be back in just a few moments, and we will talk with Emily about why she is doing a project on men and why you should support it in every way possible. We'll be right back with more of the best in urban conservative talk right after these messages.
I started the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network in 2008, and we put this together for us. The concept was that if one of us armed citizens are involved in a self-defense incident, then we have a network of individuals behind that person in order to help them get through the legal fight, if necessary, after the incident.
Deal with the aftermath of a deadly force encounter where they have survived the initial fight to save their lives and are now working very hard to be able to save their futures as well.
What really has impressed me is the boots on the ground side of it. Having had some small part in some of the cases where ACLDN has come in and helped people who are in trouble, I've seen Marty Hayes' vision for this organization fulfilled.
Last year, one of my students had called upon the ACLDM services after he was forced into a fatal defensive shooting. He was guided through the process. His rights were protected by a network-provided attorney and got through the entire legal process without any real difficulties. Now it's behind him. He's able to move on with his life.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the movie is Honor Project documentary. The road to fatherhood is an adventure. We're promoting it. We're encouraging your support. And this young lady is the engine behind it, Emily Hibard. HonorProjectMovie.com, HonorProjectMovie.com. And you can go tweet her, especially all the women should be tweeting her saying thank you, at Emily Hibard on Twitter. It is a tremendous honor and pleasure to have you on the air with us tonight. Emily, when did you get into documentaries, and why were you provoked to do a documentary on men?
In March of 2018, there were about three things that were going on. Obviously, the climate that we're seeing here in the United States with men. Also, I've been managing an ex-porn star who got radically saved, came to Christ about 15 years ago, and we've been traveling around. She's been sharing her story. She hosts a support group for a lot of women coming out of the commercial sex industry. Mm-hmm. So I'm surrounded by a lot of women in this industry, and they all have something unique in common. Their relationship with their dad is very similar to each other. Those two things combined with my experience of my own dad, I had a great dad. I was raised by an alpha male. Mm-hmm. Him and my mom are coming up on 45 years of marriage. They had 3 daughters, myself and 2 sisters. And hearing everything that we're hearing in the mainstream media right now, this, in the beginning of last year, came to a head, and I said, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. Something needs to be said. Something needs to be addressed. And so I started calling around. I called 20 friends of mine, and I asked if I could do a documentary on them. They all said the same thing. They said, "Ann, why would you want to do a documentary on me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm boring. There's nothing fantastic about me. I'm your average guy." And I said, and that's exactly why I want to follow you around, because you represent the average Joe. You represent the average guy who's showing up, who's doing the work, and is making a difference, and is going unnoticed.
Now, Emily, I'm quite certain when you got all these men assembled to do this movie, there were certain things that they all basically agreed should not be spoken of in the movie. What things, what borders, what parameters were put up by these men?
I can tell what they were comfortable with answering and what they weren't comfortable with answering by their eyebrows. Every single man of these questions to define masculinity. They all looked at me like they saw ghosts, raised their eyebrows, and were hesitant to answer. And I realized, oh, I'm tapping into something. This is it. We're onto something, because these guys are hesitant to give their perspective, to give their answer. Not what someone else thinks. What do you think? What's your definition of masculinity? Wide open question.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, I don't know. I don't know about this. And I had to encourage them. It's like pulling teeth. I had to ask them just to be honest. Just say exactly what you think. Shoot from the hip and be yourself. And when I gave them permission to do that, then they gushed. But they were hesitant. They were all hesitant with that particular question. What is your definition of masculinity?
Now, you had a great dad, and some people would say you're slightly biased because you came from a family and you didn't have the issues and concerns because your family is extraordinary, exception to the rule. You don't understand. But when you were talking with these guys, did you see a part of your dad in each and every one of them?
I did, and I think I saw part of my dad in them way back when I initially met them. A lot of them are friends of mine, say in their 30s,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the older guys are in their 60s and 70s, married to women that have been mentors of mine for a while. And I think that's one of the really cool things about having a great dad is when I was little, he taught me certain things, and as I got older, if somebody, and not to say there aren't clowns out there, because there's clowns.
Yeah, of course.
But those ones are easy to filter out.
Mm-hmm.
When the clowns come around, they're easy to filter out because I know the difference. And so these guys here, I knew the difference. I knew they were good. I've known them for years.
Yes.
And that's why I like them. I trust them. I can depend on them in a heartbeat. If I need something, I can call any of these guys. I just know that.
Now, when they gave the definition for masculinity, was there anything that they said that shocked you? I mean, just, wow, that's not politically correct. Is there anything like that?
I think this whole thing is not politically correct. Just because they're honest, and a lot of guys are being quiet, and filtering what they're supposed to say. So these guys, they were encouraged to just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But their definitions of masculinity, a lot of them have the same definition, and it was twofold. The first definition of masculinity, they would refer back to when they were in high school or early college days, and they said, "Oh yeah, I was in the gym 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I was buff, I was strong, I was aggressive," and that used to be their definition of masculinity. But they said that as soon as they had their first kick, particularly the little girls, they said that their definition of masculinity immediately changed. It was no longer about being buff and strong and aggressive, tough and harsh, because to this little girl, to this little boy, that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It was about caring for them. What do they need? Oh, they're crying. What upset them? They heard a loud sound. It bothered them. Let me hold them. And they said, now as a father, that's my definition of masculinity, is using my strengths, but in a much softer way. It's an inner strength now. It's a mature, more confident masculinity.
Emily, when you were working with the young women that were involved in sex trafficking, what was their definition of masculinity?
Oh, kind of like what we talked about, at the beginning, violent sexual predators who are angry and abusive. And for a lot of these women, that has been much or all of their experience with women. And then they meet someone like me and they scratch their head because they can't understand that my dad and mom have been married almost 45 years, and I like my dad and we have fun together, and hey, let's go hang out at my parents' house. And I've taken so many of these girls that have come out of the industry to my parents' house, and they'll say, this is the first time I've ever been in a house where the parents are married and they're regular and your dad's not creepy. I'm like, you have to be joking.
That's awesome. Now, amongst the women, and I'm quite certain, as you are in California, IA, home to the great leftist experiment, that women might have a similar stereotype of men who are not in the sex trafficking. Am I right about that? That they expect men to be Philistines, cavemen type guys, and that's the way men are?
From my experience, I've seen that it goes both ways. It absolutely does.
Wow. We're talking tonight with Emily Hibard, honorprojectmovie.com. Honor Project documentary. How long did it take for you to do this documentary? How many guys, how many father figures did you speak with in doing this particular movie?
This came along pretty quickly. In March of 2018, I called a friend of mine who's an editor here in Hollywood, and mind you, we had done strip club outreach ministry together before. So, when you go to church in LA, kind of anything goes for, sometimes that's for the better. So she's been an editor for a long time, and I said, if I were to do a documentary, what would I need to do? And she said, first you need some cameras, then you need some lighting equipment, you need some sound equipment, and get B-roll. Get lots of B-roll. And the conversation lasted no longer than 15, 20 minutes. Thank you, click. I called back about 6 months later, and I said, okay, I did everything you told me to do. And it was silent. Crickets. She said, Emily, you shot a documentary?
Wow.
It all just fell into place. It absolutely fell into place. We shot the whole thing over the summer of 2018. We shot most of it in Los Angeles, and my dad, the unique fella that he is, said, for my part, I want to drive to the Arctic Ocean. This is not my father. What do you drive to the Arctic Ocean? He said, yeah, I want to drive to the Arctic Ocean for my part. Well, he somehow convinced my mom this would be a great idea, and off to the Arctic we went.
That's a real man. That's a real man right there. So you go off to
the North Pole.
Yes, I know. That is so cool. Your dad, if I ever got you, I would shake. Oh my God, you are so cool. Dad, if you're watching tonight, you are so cool. You are an excellent example of what a father is. So you did this short order. You got all the men together. You now you have to distribute this particular movie, and I'm quite certain in Hollywood, it must be the easiest thing in the world to do to distribute a documentary of this sizable nature. Am I correct?
It's everyone that we show it to, it hits them somewhere between the eyes or the heart. I mean, we had to get an errors and omissions insurance policy for this, for the company that's representing our film.
Really?
This guy is in his late 60s, early 70s. He watches, he said he watched about 15, 20 minutes of it, and he had to call me back. I've never met this guy. I just need an insurance policy. He called me back and he said, Emily, I had to stop watching this documentary because recently I was reunited with my 2 platforms, honestly, it's going a little bit easier than I anticipated. Even though this documentary is overtly, we are father positive, we are pro men. Men, be tough, be strong, do you. And even still, we have a lot of favor. The project has a lot of favor.
Wow. You speak of favor, and you are a Christian woman. I would presume that you grew up in the church. If that's a false presumption, please educate me otherwise. But I would presume that you grew up in church. Was there an expectation in your faith walk that men knew how to be men, based on a biblical reference point?
I grew up assuming that.
Mm-hmm.
I never once had a thought when I was little, oh, my dad's a great dad. He's doing it right. I never thought that. When you're around that and you're kids,
yeah,
you just assume that. It wasn't until I was older that I realized, oh, some people are a little off here. Their definitions are a little off here. That wasn't until much older.
Mm-hmm. So as men are watching this film, they're getting a sense of your
their definitions are a little off here. That wasn't until much older.
Mm-hmm. So as men are watching this film, they're getting a sense of your perspective from your dad and other men. And I'm quite certain that it's a natural curiosity on my part. What were these guys like before they saw your movie? And then what were these guys like after they saw your documentary?
The guys that are in the documentary?
No. The ones that come and take a look at your documentary. What are they like?
I want to say that most of them happen to be fathers already. So they're watching a documentary that is personal to them by default.
Yes.
They might not know me from anyone else. I might just be another person who's pitching another project. But there's something about the issue, the topic of fatherhood right now that is very personal. And when I ask the guys, and I do it with white gloves, because when a man has tears in their eyes, I do not take that for granted. There is something happening clearly. And everyone has, some of the guys, grew up with the World War II generation dad that never acknowledged their accomplishments, that never affirmed them, that never said, I love you. And so they're seeing these guys that are in their 30s that may or may not have grown up with a dad, but are choosing to do that for their kids, to give to their kids what they never had.
Mm-hmm.
And when they see this, they see these guys kind of breaking the cycle, it causes a lot of emotion. Or there's some guys that grew up with great dads, they grew up with great families, and just seeing it in action, seeing that play out, seeing fatherhood done well, that affects other people.
Exactly. Emily, I got to ask you here, because my dad, World War II guy, yeah. You know, yes, suck it up if you fall from the fourth floor down. Suck it up, get up, dust yourself up, and walk away. My dad, it wasn't until after he retired, it was like 4 or 5 years after he retired, that he actually said to me, son, I love you. And I always knew that he did. I never questioned that. It's just that I never heard him say it. Often I would think that, it was not in his vocabulary at all. In today's society, how important is hearing those words to a son and daughter? And are men more likely to say the words and not necessarily know what they mean?
It is crucial. It's crucial that little boys and little girls get those attaboys, attagirls. Get the I'm so proud of you. Get the I love you. It is so crucial. There is something about a relationship with a father that's unique, and in no way does this detract from a child's relationship with their mother. So we're just focusing on dads and fathers here. But there's something unique about that particular relationship, that when a child gets those those affirmations, when they get those acknowledgments, I like the picture that I get in my head is like a balloon, and putting air into a balloon, it just comes alive. That balloon could be all that balloon was meant to be. It could be big. It could be that. And without that, it's simply a deflated balloon with a lot of potential.
Emily, there are guys who are watching and listening tonight from around the world to you talk about your documentary. And we hope that to find a way to actually view your documentary, when it's coming out, where do we get this documentary from? Because I know that there are lots of, I've had private conversations with men in and outside of the church who feel that they are under attack, literally under attack, sometimes in the home for being masculine. And so I want to ask you in this regard, a father's love for a daughter, a father's love for a son, is there any real difference between the two? And if so, how did these men apply their love towards son and then daughter?
From my interviews with the 20 dads, the responses that we got when we asked, is there a difference between parenting your son and parenting your daughter? Overwhelmingly, the guys all smirk about the daughter because that's tougher for them. It's harder because they have to almost shift their internal transmissions to this gentler, softer side that doesn't come as natural for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier for these guys to parent sons. Because they're tougher, they can take it, they know what you mean to get to the point. But with daughters, they said, if I look at my daughter wrong, she might start crying.
Yeah.
What's happening? I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. What's going on? There's a big difference between the relationship between the father and his son and a father and a daughter. The daughters always require a more gentle touch, a more gentle tone.
Now, in terms of that gentility, because I'm going to run out. I hate this, but in terms of that gentility, a father loving a daughter, how much difference does it make in terms of the choices that she makes that may put her in harm's way or may actually save her from being in harm's way?
This makes me think of my dad. So my dad had 3 daughters, and he's a man's man. So Saturday mornings at the rifle range were not uncommon for us. Looking back, okay, that was a little bit odd, but it was his way of connecting with us. And he had this thing that he would always say, be on your best behavior. Protect yourself at all times. And never be afraid to throw the first punch.
There you go.
I mean, 5, 6, 7, 10 years old, we're thinking, like, none of us were punching anybody, at that time. But he knew that good things happen to bad people.
Yeah.
And he wanted us to be prepared as girls, as women, that when that moment came, that we would be prepared. So most of our childhood, we heard him saying this over and over and over. And for the most part, we probably rolled our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we would go to slumber parties and he's like, be on your best behavior, protect yourself at all times. I'm like, oh my God, it's bad. Well, I guess something stuck because a few years ago I was attacked at a bank. I was coming from work and wearing a nice blouse, slacks, high heels, and this guy attacks me broad daylight, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And before I realized what was happening, I'm running after the guy. I catch up to the guy. I grab the guy by the back of his shirt. I take him down and I put him in a rear naked choke. I've never taken a karate class. I don't do kung fu. I don't do that. I don't do that. I have no idea what was going on, but in a split second, I somehow turned into like Jason Bourne from Bourne Identity and had these special skills that, what am I doing taking this woman to the ground? I put him in a rear naked choke. I literally did that. And when I think about it, I have to attribute it to my dad giving me permission to protect myself at all times and never be afraid to do that. And be ready because sisters, all throughout our childhood, was sowing seeds, sowing seeds, sowing seeds, so that when that moment came, I reacted like Jason Bourne.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. A daddy's job is to protect and prepare. Protect and prepare. Unfortunately, in our day and time, fathers are being told, stay away, don't teach that kind of stuff, keep it to yourself. How can people actually get an opportunity? And I know, to be honest with you, I know a lot of men who really would like to see this video for themselves, because they're feeling like, oh my God, I'm one of those 50-year-old men. I like to see it. I've been told that I was absolutely wrong by the millennials. I should not have raised my daughters the way that I did. I've destroyed them. I've prepared them for death. How can people, Emily, get this movie and then be re-strengthened in the Lord to become good fathers again?
So the film comes out this Father's Day. So the weekend of June 16th is when we are releasing it. We're releasing it direct to honorprojectmovie.com, DVD or download. And we also have an agent who is pitching it to various television networks as well. So if you see, it'll be on TV shortly. But we're starting this Father's Day, the weekend of June 16th, direct to honorprojectmovie.com.
Emily, thank God for you. You restored a lot of hope tonight in me and a lot of men who are listening tonight, that it's okay to be a man and it's better to be a great father to son and daughter. And I want to say in closing here, you're cool because your dad's cool. Your dad's really cool. I love him. Emily, we love you. We thank you for being on tonight. You have got to get this movie, this documentary. Find it. Go to Honor Movie. Forgive me, I think I said it the wrong way. HonorProjectMovie.com. HonorProjectMovie.com. Send your questions. Find out where it will play, when it's going to play. It's going to be Father's Day, and I'm going to find a way to play it on my own network. Emily, I got to get with you on that one. Dads have got to see this, and you got to be encouraged to be a great father. It's okay to be a good dad. It really is. Emily, we love you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back. I know that we ran a little long, but it was more important to be a good father than to take a commercial break. So we're going to take a commercial break here, and we'll be back with more of the best in urban conservative talk this Memorial Day weekend. Thank you so much for watching and enjoying what we do.
Everyone likes to be first. How about opening the first credit card from an online travel agency that really helps you manage the cost of your travel by offering special financing?
Oh my God.
That's right. With the Cheapo Air credit cards, you can travel the world and choose to earn rewards or take advantage of special financing. And there's no annual fee. This exclusive program includes new Visa and Visa Signature credit cards for Cheapo Air and a private label credit card. Each card offers a range of introductory benefits to qualifying cardholders, including a 6-month special financing option on purchases of $399 or more made on cheapoair.com. A $50 statement credit after making purchases of $500 or more in the first 90 days. Accelerated earning of Cheapo Air rewards program points. And on cheapoair.com, the more you book, the more you earn. Use your credit card on cheapoair.com and benefit from Cheapo Air rewards program points and 6 additional points per dollar spent on qualifying purchases. So you really can earn rewards fast and go where you want. In addition to earning points faster on all Cheapo Air purchases, Visa credit card holders will earn 4 points for every dollar spent on dining purchases and 2 points for every dollar spent on all other purchases wherever Visa credit cards are accepted. CheapOair. Swipe, earn, fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to know that I'm flying without a producer. You have to blame Bonnie for this. I can't be fined for that conversation that I just had. You can't. Mary Brockman, my bouncer in chief, and my executive producer, Mrs. Biggs, came running into the office. Your mic is open. Your mic is open. I apologize. I really do. I have to play the commercial. Again, I'll play it a little bit later on. But I do apologize to CheapOair for talking over your commercial. I do apologize for that. But for those who are watching at home, I'm human. It happens. I apologize. We'll be back. Oh, man. Thank God I can't be fined. Mary, don't find me. It's Memorial Day. Don't find me. We'll be right back with more of the best right after this.
Hi, I'm Louis Giglio, and I'm sitting here with my sister Gina. We're talking about our dad, whose name also was Louis Giglio, and how in 1964 he created the Chick-fil-A logo.
I remember the first time I saw it. I was 7. It was on the drawing board in his office. I said, "That's really cute." He said, "What is it?" I said, "I think it's a rooster or a chicken." He smiled. He said, "It's a chicken."
I love it, and I love how that every time I see that logo anywhere, it reminds me that our earthly fathers leave a mark on our lives, whether good or bad. That's why I wrote the book, Not Forsaken, so that you and I can know that God's not just a bigger version of our earthly father, He's the perfect version of our earthly father, everything we always wanted and more. And when we see this, we live free as the loved sons and daughters of a perfect father.
You're listening to the most influential urban conservative talk show in all of the world. Christianity, conservatism, the Constitution, capitalism. We talk about it all right here on The Exceptional Conservative Show at TheExceptionalConservativeShow.com. Go there now and join me in chat. We're spreading the good news to the ends of the earth. We'll be back right after these messages.
I love you, Schmoopy.
I love you, Pickles.
We are totally on our honeymoon.
Let's roll.
Go left.
Okay.
This way. Do you want me to lock the front door?
Honeymoon. Hey, bro. All right. We'll turn around right here. What's up, dog?
Why are you saying hi to those people?
Oh, what your problem is? Dinner last night was horrible. Right here. Having fun, honey? Should I turn around? Oh my God. Bit of a hurry. Where do I park?
We're full.
Where should I park?
Full. Hi.
Parking, please.
Get up there. Go this way. There's one. Keep going. It would have been helpful if you made a reservation. This has nothing to do with Ted. Go faster.
How about that?
You think you're gonna fit?
I will stop this car.
Oh my gosh.
We just came this way. I can't afford this.
Isn't there a service for this?
Now we're on the roof.
There's one.
I could have used your help.
And now I have to pee. This is not my fault.
All
Damn
right.
it, urgent. Plane taking off.
Did I hit?
We'll never get in.
Relax. It's a maze.
This is ridiculous. You think you would have done your research. Oh, I'm gonna plan our honeymoon. Park this thing. It's hot in here.
Wow.
It's gonna be fabulous. Well, it's not fabulous.
Airport parking levels 4 through 7.
It's just silly. You're going the wrong way.
We're gonna miss our flight. I'll park here.
Puerto Vallarta.
Hi guys, so I am back with another haul. You guys know I collaborate with Shein every month. They are one of my favorite companies to work with because I really love a lot of their clothing. So I'm sharing my picks with you this month from the website. So yeah, I'm just going to basically just show you the items, and if you have any questions, just leave them below in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to answer for you. I have told you guys repeatedly, Shein is an Asian-based company. You're gonna have hits, you're gonna have misses. I follow the size chart. Most of the time it works for me, but not all of the time. Most of the time their items work for me. Sometimes, you know, we have some duds. So I think that's it. Let's get into the haul. Code for you guys. Use the natural 20 for a discount on the Shein website. So that's cool that they gave me a discount code for y'all to use. So I will see you guys in my next haul video. I don't know when that will be because I've kind of pumped the brakes on my shopping. Y'all know I shop a lot. I like to shop. But my birthday's coming up, so I want to like pump it a little bit because I'm going to be going to Europe. Hopefully that's what I'm going to do. That's what I want to do right now. I want to go to Europe for my birthday. So we'll see. And yeah, I think that's all for now. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!
You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.TheExceptionalConservativeshow.com.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Exceptional Conservative Show, live from the nation's capital. We are not ashamed of the good news of conservatism, for it is the power of liberation, first the Republican, and then to the socialist, or tyrant. I prefer to use tyrant now. Socialism, communism, they're all steps towards tyranny. They all are. Tonight, Mrs. Biggs and I attended the grand opening of a community bookstore that was named after Shanice Milton. I'm going to do my best to share pictures with you tomorrow regarding this. Been a a long, long night, in fact. But we want to thank Stephanie Mercedes. Stephanie Mercedes is the artist who did a sculpture out of 100 melted shells. She collected them from MPD, shells that were melted down to make a book leaf and pen sculpture with Shanice Milton's signature in it. It was a beautiful piece. We're going to share that with you. We're also going to share some of the pictures that were taken from that particular event. I'm going to do that and get that out to you as quickly as I can. For some of you all who cannot wait, if you just go to my Facebook page, I've had the opportunity of putting it there for people to. I'll even send $10 admission. Oh, good deal. I hope so, Barry. We need to get as many men watched. Because I got a question. Somebody sent me a question. We were advertising tonight's show, and they said, "Why are you talking about Father's Day so early?" No, fatherhood is messed up in America. It really is. And quite frankly, if we don't get the fatherhood picture together in this era, oh my God! If we can you imagine how messed up our children, our generations from now will be? We have got, ladies and gentlemen, to get our children together. And that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen, ladies and gentlemen, because we look to the calendar to get our lives together, to get our children together. It doesn't happen that way, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm tagging. People are sending these pictures to me to tag, so I'm trying to tag them as I talk with you. I can't get to everything, people. I really can't. I'm human. But trust me, I will do my very best to get to everything from the pictures tonight. You can go to Kim McClinton at Facebook. The pictures are there. It's Shanice Milton's community bookstore. The kids' books were free, $5 for used books. So we are excited and ecstatic for the opportunity. Yes, we were wearing pink today. I'm still wearing the pink because it was Shanice's favorite color. But I got to tell you this because I gotta go to a quick break. I got to tell you this. Charlotte Bergman. You all remember when I had her come on our program many years ago because a DJ in Memphis was deriding and being cruel to her on the air, and we crushed his show. I'm sorry. We helped him go out of business. Don't do that. Don't mess with my conservative sisters. Don't do that. Don't do it. Well, Charlotte Bergman is suffering a loss that we are akin to. We're familiar with it. We have affinity for, or affinity with, not for, but with. Her grandson was killed last night in Memphis, Tennessee. Murdered, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to ask that you join us in prayer of comfort for the family. Condolences sent to Charlotte Bergman. Our hopes and aspirations is that they will find the killers. Justice not be prolonged, but certainly in these hours, these moments when your spirit is most crushed, that God will continue to send his angels, both foreign and domestic, to the side of Charlotte Bergman and their family, and that you meet their need according to your perfect will, Lord God. For only you are able to do that which is necessary in this hour. And let your hands be the hands of the people that you send, your heart be the heart of the people that you send, and that your mind, which is focused on Jesus, be the mind of those focused on Charlotte Bergman and her family. In the matchless name of Jesus Christ, I say amen. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, right after these messages.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
I'm Paul Stanley of KISS. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Help make a safer, stronger DC. Whether it's a missing person, an unsolved homicide, or keeping citizens safe, there are a number of cases that are still unsolved. Please take a moment to listen to this one.
On Wednesday, May 27, 2015, at approximately 9:40 p.m., 27-year-old D.C. resident Sharnice Milton was shot and killed in the 2700 block of Good Hope Road Southeast. The victim, a journalist for Capital Community News, was changing buses on her way home from covering a meeting. Police believe someone on a dirt bike fired at Ms. Milton, but that she was not the intended target. The Metropolitan Police Department currently offers a reward of up to $25,000 to anyone that provides information which leads to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons wanted for any homicide in the District of Columbia.
If you have information about this case, contact the Metropolitan Police Department, 202-727-9099, and an anonymous text number, 50411.
Everyone likes to be first. How about opening the first credit card from an online travel agency that really helps you manage the cost of your travel by offering special financing? That's right. With the Cheapo Air credit cards, you can travel the world and choose to earn rewards or take advantage of special financing, and there's no annual fee. This exclusive program includes new Visa and Visa Signature credit cards for Cheapo Air and a private label credit card. Each card offers a range of introductory benefits to qualifying cardholders, including a 6-month special financing option on purchases of $399 or more made on cheapoair.com, a $50 statement credit after making purchases of $500 or more in the first 90 days, accelerated earning of Cheapo Air Rewards Program points, and on cheapoair.com, the more you book, the more you earn. Use your credit card on cheapoair.com and benefit from Cheapo Air Rewards Program points and 6 additional points per dollar spent on qualifying purchases. So you really can earn rewards fast and go where you want. In addition to earning points faster on all Cheapo Air purchases, Visa credit card holders will earn 4 points for every dollar spent on dining purchases and 2 points for every dollar spent on all other purchases wherever Visa credit cards are accepted. Cheapo Air. Swipe, earn, fly.
There's only one thing I'm obsessed with. This is making sure that your client truly feels special and that they understand how you value your business relationship. You're sending them the most luxurious chocolate box in the world. It's engraved with your name and your logo and is delivered directly from France. They will keep this gift as a constant reminder of your attention to detail, while a conventional gift, name and your logo, and is delivered directly from France. They will keep this gift as a constant reminder of your attention to detail, while a conventional gift will just disappear in no time. I highly recommend that you consider our corporate VIP membership, which includes up to 30% discount on all our retail prices, complimentary customization with your corporate logo and your client's name, your personal gift card, and starting this year, all your active employees will now enjoy the exact same benefits. And of course, we will address to your attention a fully customized sample so that you can taste our chocolate and appreciate our attention to details and craftsmanship. There is no contract, no minimum order. You can even order a single customized box. We offer same-day shipping if we receive your order before 2 p.m. European time. Your gifts are delivered overnight in New York and Europe, second day in the US and the Middle East, within 3 days for Asia and Australia, and 5 days for Africa. Now, if you have multiple gift recipients, just send me your Excel spreadsheet with all your delivery addresses, and I will take care of everything for you.
You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.TheExceptionalConservativeshow.com.
Show live from the nation's capital. We certainly are not ashamed of the good news conservatism, for it is the power of liberation, first to the Republican and then to the socialists or tyrannists. You know, tyranny by any other name is still just as sweet. Want you to know that Dr. Jane Ruby is a tremendous network advisor. She has her own show on TECN TV. It's called Dr. Jane's DC. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Beautiful, vivacious woman, brilliant woman. And this time, she is reporting live from Israel. Yes, she was at the Gaza Strip earlier this day. She was also near the border of Egypt earlier this day. Yes, she is going where few people on other conservative networks have gone. I'm telling you, so I am excited, I am ecstatic, and I want to present to you her first report from Israel on this trip. And she's doing exclusively with TECN TV. My heart to her for that. Dr. Jane Ruby, ladies and gentlemen.
Be running through it. And then behind me, you see at the top of these poles, the ammunition boxes. They are remote controlled. They're full of surveillance, and they have automatic weapons in them. And so if somebody breaches from the Gaza side, if one of the Palestinians breaches any part of the wall, the fence, which looks almost impossible, you can see that they would be shot down. And this is some really serious security here. You can see behind me, really quickly, they are all these trucks. They're constructing a moat. They're digging, and what they're going to do is they're going to flood the aquifers with Mediterranean water, and then the Gazans, the terrorists that lob all the rockets and that try to infiltrate the country through tunnels, will be they'll be cut off. They'll be choked by the water. They won't have any drinking water, any electricity, any power. This is it. So we are on our way. We are in a 30-second bomb warning zone. I beg your pardon. We're in a 3-second bomb warning zone, so we have to be very vigilant as to what's going on. And I'm going to be signing off because we need to move on here. This is Jane Ruby, live from Ashkelon.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am letting you know without a shadow of a doubt, I'm tremendously excited tonight Bonnie Williams, I was trying to get her video coverage of yesterday's Rolling Thunder. I was unable to do it, but we got the live coverage from Israel with Dr. Jane Ruby. I just want to, I got to ask my executive producer here, are we not growing or what? Are we growing or what, Mary? I mean, we have someone broadcasting from West Africa. We have someone broadcasting from Italy. And now we have someone broadcasting from Israel. This is enormous, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm ecstatic about this. She went to the wall. She's talking with people. She interviewed the gentleman responsible for the building of the wall, Israeli Colonel Dr. Danny Terza. Former Israeli colonel, but he's Dr. Danny Terza. He's responsible for building the wall along the border of Egypt and Israel. And she said, watch Dr. Jane's DC show for footage and details. So she's not going to share that with me. She's going to scoop me on that, and I'm fine with that. Scoop me. Go ahead, but I am telling you, TECN is like none other. Hibard also sent me a note during the break. She said, thanks again for having me on. Keep up the great work. Really love her and thank her so much for coming on our network, ladies and gentlemen. It is an endearing pleasure to have such great people come on our show, work for our network, and grow at infinitely. We'll go with infinitely. There is an article in the Hill newspaper that I wanted to talk with you all about. And then there'll be some other things I want to say to you. I think I've gotten out of the way all the things I wanted, all this stuff I'm supposed to do. Juan Williams wrote a piece. I want you all to know that I don't like Juan Williams. He is presented to us as a rational. Thank you, Mary. We are mushrooming. He is presented as the rational, liberal moderate of Black America. He is presented as this is a guy who can present the values of Black Americans and liberals, and you are supposed to adore him. Which is why, I'm being honest with you, I'm very glad that he wrote what he wrote today, and I want to share it with you all. Juan Williams, and I didn't care for his son too much when he worked for the Republican Party because he really had no real interest in Republicanism. He had all the interests in terms of just moving on to the next job. My personal opinion. Others will tell me otherwise. He writes, I cannot stand Juan Williams. I really can't. I went to an event with Raynard Jackson, and Juan Williams was there with Rafi Williams, and he's just it's kind of like Councilwoman Sarah Silverman shaking my hand at tonight's event. Shaking my hand. She was like, "Oh, I gotta shake his hand. I gotta do this. I don't really want to do it because I know who he is and don't want to." So I would shake I would treat you like everybody else. I'll shake your hand. I have no problem with that. It's just that that you just don't like the guy. Like some people walk up on me and they say, "I don't like you." It's nothing you've done. It's everything you said. I don't like you. And I'm not even talking about my producer. Okay, I just don't like you. He writes, we all know that abortion politics is scary powerful. But to see it up close is to see the dark heat or the dark heart of extremism in American politics. The truth hit me like a revelation. I wish it were a baseball. I'm sorry. I am not condoning violence. Let me just put that out there because there's some people saying he's trying to get some words. No, I don't condone violence. It just, that just slipped. That was Freudian for a moment. I had to work. And a few more years, I'll be so professional, I won't have Freudian slips. Yeah, the truth hit me like a revelation nearly 30 years ago as I reported on the confirmation hearings for Clarence Thomas's nomination to the Supreme Court. At first, Thomas had the support of some civil rights groups who saw him as the best possible nominee from a Republican president, George H.W. Bush. But the civil rights groups did not realize that their liberal allies, especially women's groups, saw Thomas as the fifth vote on the court to end legal abortion by overturning Roe v. Wade. Outside of the death of Anthony Scalia, can I tell you that the first vote, I'm telling you, the first vote, even with Anthony Scalia, the first vote would have been Clarence Thomas. You would have to look down the list for the fifth one. But his would have been the first. And I know right now his would be the first. And as soon as we get rid of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat, it doesn't matter what Robert says. It doesn't matter about your precedent. 5, you're out. Done. But I'm a little cautious of saying that. Especially the women's group saw Thomas as the fifth vote on the court to end legal abortion by overturning Roe v. Wade. Quickly, the civil rights groups backed off Thomas. Then came the explosive hearing. See, only he, Juan Williams, okay? Anita Hill couldn't prove it, and it was hearsay, gossip, okay? And until this day, they still bow down at the altar of Anita Hill. They tried it on Kavanaugh. It didn't work. It didn't work on Clarence Thomas. But the left won't give up. They really believe in the Samson effect when it comes to Republicans. It's a woman. We use a woman to bring you down. That's basically. You're a tool. Women, you're a tool for the leftists. Just want to let you know that. But as I reported the story, I found that hidden hands pulling the strings from every direction belong to culture warriors with daggers drawn over the future of abortion rights. 28 years later, the fight goes on. I thought it was 30 years ago. You got a time warp or something? You missed 2 years. He said 30 years ago he was covering it, now 28 years. Can you keep up with your own timing and your own writing, Juan? Does someone have to count for you, Juan? Really? Someone? Ah, boy. There goes that public school education. But as I reported the story, I found that hidden hands pulling the strings from every direction belonged to culture warriors with daggers drawn over the future of abortion rights. 28 years later, the fight goes on, and Thomas is still at its center. Do you understand what they're trying to do here? You understand what they're trying to isolate? What is it? What is that? Book dedicated to Lucifer, Satan. Who did that one? Saul Alinsky, Rules for Radicals. Okay, let me go to it real quickly. Rules for Radicals. Okay, I have to be my own researcher tonight, since some people want to take their vacation and enjoy themselves. I have to do this. So, rules for radicals. Pick the target, freeze it, personalize it, and polarize it. That's the 13th one. That's the 13th rule. So I'm just doing this tonight for those of you who are following along at home. Rules for radicals. You don't have to go out and buy the book. I agree with you, Mary Brockman. Juan Williams is an idiot, but he's a purpose-filled idiot. Can I tell you? He's a purpose-filled idiot. They are trying to rule. They're trying to do a Saul Alinsky here. They have picked their target. It's not Alito. It's not any of the other justices that have come on board. Not at all. Okay? Not in the least bit. They have picked Thomas. And the reason why they picked Thomas is because they are trying to delete a threat. Ladies and gentlemen, I am letting you know without a shadow of a doubt. They see the writing on the wall. You don't have to be Beelzebub or Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar. It's Nebuchadnezzar. You don't have to be either one of them. The writing is on the wall. Am I timing off just a little bit? I got to go to commercial break. When I come back from the commercial break, we're going to go over what Juan Williams said. And I'm just telling you all, ladies and gentlemen, right now, without a shadow of a doubt, they have picked their target. And they're going to go after him with a ferocity that you have never seen before.
Sometimes imagination and adventure get a little noisy, but maybe that is okay when your heroes are living out the greatest story ever told. Bible Force, the first Heroes Bible, helps your kids to enjoy the Bible in a fun and exciting way. Take the journey with them and enjoy this amazing, color-filled graphic novel version of the Bible with over 700 pages of brightly colored illustrations, perfect for kids ages 6 and up. Bible Force also includes a companion app so your little heroes can read through the Bible independently. Bible Force, the first Heroes Bible, available now from Tommy Nelson.
Visiting the U.S.? Maybe you need medical insurance. VisitorsCoverage.com, the best place to research and buy medical insurance.
You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.TheExceptionalConservativeshow.com.
gentlemen, do you think I could get the Honor Project movie documentary played on TECN TV, a world premiere? Do you think, Mary, just what, 2 weeks ago we were doing Animal Farm, 1950s movie, did 2004 version of the Gospel of John last night, which was well watched. I was excited by the fact it was well watched. Can you imagine us doing a world premiere, Mary? Have we gotten to that level yet, Mary? And do you think, listen, my producer, Bonnie Williams, doesn't know what I'm talking about with you, Mary, but do you really think my head would be able to fit through the studio room anymore? Do you think, wouldn't that be cool, Mary? I mean, Mary, they said 3 years ago it would be actually they said 8 years ago it'd be a waste of time for me to be on the air at all. And then 3 years ago, some of my fellow black conservatives said it was a waste of time to do this network thing. That thing's not going to work out, man. We rather just stay where we are and not move anywhere because we're so used to the way systems are. It's just that. But really, look what God is about to do. We could possibly do a world premiere on Father's Day. Of all days to do it on. And listen, I am not the best father in the world. I will tell you that. I have bona fides in that regard. I have, ladies and gentlemen, I have a daughter that will sign an affidavit saying I was the worst father in the world. I have a wife and an ex-wife that would sign on board to that one. I was a terrible father. I was a terrible husband. I mean, come on now. Spent all day long in front of the computer. I was terrible. But I might, on Father's Day? Come on. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't that be? That's called poetic justice. That's if you are looking for a term, that would be poetic justice. Going back to Juan Williams, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm tired of picking on myself. But before I do that, I want to do the rules with radicals. These are the rules, okay? Because I want to do this with you. I don't want people thinking, you know, that you have to have some type of major theological degree. You don't need a major theological degree. You just need to hate people. If you can hate somebody, you can understand rules for radicals. You really could. Mary, I'm going to tell you right now, if I did a world premiere, they would not be able to fit my head through the door. It's just not going to happen. Bonnie will probably quit as my producer because I'd be so full of myself. I really would. See, but at least I'm honest about it. Come on, at least I'm honest. Here's the number one rule when it comes to the rules for radicals. Now, remember, this book was dedicated to Satan. Satan. It was dedicated to Satan. I lied to you not. It was dedicated to Lucifer. And the reason why Zelensky did it is because he was so proud that Lucifer was able to convince 2/3 of God's angels to turn against him. You know? Tough crowd. Tough crowd. You can't please everybody. So number one rule is power is not only what you have, but what the enemy thinks you have. What the enemy thinks you have. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the number two rule. Because right now, the enemy thinks that the Republicans have the power to overturn Roe v. Wade. Because we got a lot of power on our side right now. You know when we will have the absolute greatest amount of power? Is when you really have 5 conservative justices that were ready to overturn. You will have Kavanaugh, you will have Alito, you will have Thomas. Wait a minute. That's 3 right there. 2 more. You got. If we were, ladies and gentlemen, to get that 5th super conservative, don't have to apologize for nothing conservative, passes through the Senate or the Supreme Court. Someone who is farther right than Alito, Scalia, and Thomas combined. Can you imagine a super right? Oh my God. Salivating here. Power is not only what you have, but what the enemy thinks you have. Here's number 2. Never go outside the expertise of your people. Never go outside the expertise of your people. Don't have people talk for you that don't know your game plan. That's another way of saying it. Stick to your game plan and have your people dumb enough to say what's on your game plan. Because then you stick it to your game plan. Here it is. Whenever possible, go outside the expertise of the enemy. Find the weakness of the enemy and use it to your greatest strength, is basically what he's saying. Make the enemy live up to its own book of rules. There you go. This is one of the problems now, because with the left, they have become moral. You gotta love this. The left has decided that they got a moral compass for communism, socialism, Marxism. They have a moral compass for oppression. Now, wait a minute. That's no different from the moral compass they had at Jim Crow. Now, that's no different from the moral compass they had during the Civil War. They really believe that they have a moral. Anyone who's talking to you now about climate change is practicing a religion. They believe that they are morally right. So why not make the moralists live up to their code? It's what we're doing. It's what we're doing. Hey, we're winning this. Winning is so... I love winning. What did Mary say? Chris Ann Hall says that Kavanaugh cares more about precedent than the Constitution. I don't know about that one. I think in a little room, when you have 5 people who are not afraid to throw away precedent, because remember, Jim Crow was precedent. Slavery was precedent. You can overturn precedent in a moment. You just need to make sure that you're in a room filled with people who are going to do it. I would step out there, but I ain't got nobody. You with me? You with me? Oh, we going to do it. The only mistake was Roberts on Obamacare. Roberts brought us into slavery. There you go. So make the enemy live up to its own book of rules. His ridicule is man's most potent weapon. Most potent weapon. Ridicule. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, if I can recruit some comedians who are conservative to this network, okay, and I didn't realize until a few years ago that there is a cartoon that comes on Comedy Central, and it is about a city in Colorado or whatever. I forget the name of the cartoon. It escapes me. I can't think of that cartoon for some odd reason. I really can't. You're worried, Mary? Don't we worry. We're going to overturn it. We will. South Park. South Park. Thank you very much. It's South Park. I did not know that the cartoonists on South Park were conservatives. I did not know that. When I found out, I was like, yeah, I need to start watching South Park. So I started watching. It's funny. It's funny. It was funny before I knew it. It's funnier now. So I want to ridicule the left to the utmost. I don't mind attacking them wherever I can. I want to attack them as often as I can with ridicule. Ridicule them. I agree with them. Let them use. We should use their tactics. You never watch South Park? It's Mary. It's funny. It really is. It's funny. But I watch Adult Swim too. So I watch cartoons to eradicate all the things that I learned during the course of the day in real life. I really do. It's an escape. Better than drugs, though. Better than drugs. So ridicule is man's most potent weapon, which is why, did you ever notice the number of comedians that are leftists? And what do those comedians like to do? They like to ridicule. So why not use the same theorem back at them? Ridicule them. Make them seem insignificant and small. Wait a minute. Isn't that what Donald Trump is doing? Isn't Donald Trump ridiculing the left via Twitter on their own platform? And you have all these pseudo-conservatives wondering, oh, he shouldn't be on Twitter. Yes, he should. My problem, and I will tell you, Mr. President, Donald John Trump, 45, I have a real problem with you because you're not on Twitter enough. You need to ridicule them to death. Joan on them. You know how to do it, man. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. You don't watch TV all that much at all to escape it at all. Okay, I understand. But I watch cartoons to escape. Because otherwise, Johnny Walker would be all over the place. Okay, a good tactic is one your people enjoy. A good tactic is one your people enjoy. When Donald Trump holds those rallies, and they're not rallies, they're really super rallies. Yeah, 50, 60,000 people that are coming out to watch him. He loves ridiculing the press. He makes them boo. He doesn't really make them. He'll say, y'all boo at him. He just ridicules them, and people boo them. People like booing. So make them boo. There you go. Here's another tactic. A tactic that drags on too long becomes a drag. So make it, his comments on Beto, his comments on Joey, Creepy Joe. He doesn't stay too long on one particular thing. He just lets it roll off. He is the ultimate ridiculer. He's the ultimate comedian. He entertains you to the point of not liking the left. There you go. Keep the pressure on. Is that not what Donald Trump is doing? He walks into an office and he says, you know what? We're not doing an infrastructure deal. And I know how bad your urban centers need the money. I ain't releasing a dang dime. Yo, good luck. Now go ahead and impeach me. Go for it. So there you go. So he's using, everyone got on the left for using Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals. Why don't you just use their playbook? It's like playing the New England Patriots, and every play they're going to play their playbook. Beat them with their own playbook. Find their weakness. Ninth, the threat is usually more terrifying than the thing itself. Climate change, people. Climate change. The threat is usually more terrifying than the thing itself. Okay? Just like for the left right now, they believe the threat of overturning Roe v. Wade is real. Obozo used ridicule. You're right. Obozo did. So why not Trump? Trump should use ridicule as often. Get back on Twitter. You should be on Twitter 3 times a day. Your Excellency, you need to be on Twitter 3 times a day. So more terrifying than think, they fear Ruth Bader Ginsburg retiring at the end in June. They have a fear of God in them right now. And when I say God, I mean theirs is a little g. Ours is a big G, theirs is a little g. They have the absolute fear. We got to go to a commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to give you the rest of the rules of radical. And then we're going to go back to Juan Williams targeting Clarence Thomas. They are scared. They are scared. They really are. We'll be right back.
Getting small parcels shipped is easy, but when it comes to shipping things larger than a parcel, figuring out the cost and finding a reliable transporter is next to impossible. That's why people and businesses turn to UShip, where it's easy and affordable to price, book, and ship everything from cars to cranes, freight to furniture, and households to horses, whether it's going local or long distance. Simply indicate what you need shipped and where it's going. You'll then get a free instant estimate based on historical prices on UShip. When you're ready to book, placing your request on UShip alerts thousands of feedback-rated providers. You can choose to receive competing bids or name your own price for the best deal on extra truck space. For some types of shipments, there are published rates that can be booked instantly. UShip makes it easy to pick your winning provider by giving you full access to every transporter's feedback score, and entire service history. Cashless payments, now standard on most shipments, and UShip's Ship with Confidence guarantee give extra security. UShip's mobile app also lets you connect with your provider, track your shipment, release payment on delivery, and leave feedback, all while on the go. Shipping your big stuff no longer needs to be a mystery, thanks to UShip and thousands of quality providers that are standing by to help. Start by getting a free quote now through the UShip mobile app or on uship.com.
The dream deferred is real. You've been waiting for the Exceptional Conservative Network, and now it's here. Go to TheExceptionalConservativeShow.com. Tune in and get the best in urban conservative talk. Stop dreaming. It's real.
has arrived. DreamCloud is a 15-inch luxury hybrid mattress. 8 layers of memory foam, immersive coil technology, and latex create satisfying relief and comfort for the best sleep money can buy. With a lifetime warranty and 365-night trial, you've got nothing to lose. Get your first-class ticket to a better night's sleep tonight.
Fourth quarter, 4 fingers up, baby. 4 fingers. It's the fourth quarter, 4 figure, 4. Fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to let you all know in this fourth quarter that I'm excited about tomorrow. Jeff Kennedy, a friend of mine, will be on our program. Jeff Kennedy tomorrow will be on our program. He won a major case in Washington, D.C., against the D.C. School Administration, D.C. Public School Administration. And what happens when you win a case against the D.C. School Administration? You don't get your money. You don't get your money. And so we're going to be talking about that and a lot of things tomorrow in our lead safe city. Oh my God. People talk about illiteracy as a result of just parents not teaching their kids. Nah, it might be the lead in the water. Might be. Just talking earlier, and I apologize, I didn't tell everyone earlier, I was promoting the show without BZ's information. Sir Mark the Bloviating Zeppelin is taking the night off. It's Memorial Day weekend. He's at a barbecue. Can't make it with us tonight. And Dr. Jane is in Israel, so she'll be sending us clips and things along the way, but she will not be on the air tonight. So I do apologize to everyone that I didn't tell you. And I'd like to thank Mrs. Biggs for being a great speaker. Thank you so much, Mrs. Biggs. You were a great speaker over the weekend. There you go. Great speaker. So great we can't even hear her. No, but she was great. Great speaker tonight. Because I'm trying to weave my way backwards from open heart, closed case in the sense of being the public face, the public figure. Try to let other people do it. Because, you know, I am criticized for being too charismatic, getting the limelight, getting the attention. I am an attention grabber. Can you believe it, Mary? She is a beautiful speaker, too. She is. I'm an attention grabber. I'm always getting the attention. So, I just want to yes, she is, girlfriend, pretty and pink. Hey, I just want you all to know that God has a multitude of great speakers, not just me. So I just want to let you all know that. Someone told me tonight that I'm not very humble. See, humility is for people who don't have it. I just want you to know that. If you have it and you don't share it and you don't profess it, then you're not really humble, you're false. Okay? So humility is for people who ain't got it. There's someone out there saying, Ken, why do you say this kind of stuff? You're going to make people angry with you. I like it. I like doing that. The major premise, going to the rules for radicals, ladies and gentlemen, the major premise for tactics is the development of operations that will maintain a constant pressure upon the opposition. Thank you, Mary. Mary understands me. She loves me. She understands me. If you got it, flaunt it. And I got a lot of it. I like to flaunt it. I am charismatic. That's what I am. So the major premise for tactics is the development of operations. So it's kind of like you get the Marines in there, and they take, firstly, Navy and Air Force. Air Force takes the perimeter from the air, safe distance. The Navy comes to the shore. The Navy and Marines come ashore. They secure the area, and then the Army operates, holds the area. So that's basically how it rolls. So the objective behind this tactic by Juan Williams is to cause the left to be so delirious that they get their Planned Parenthood buddies and all their other allies together, all their civil rights allies together to fight against 2020 happening. So there you go. If you push a negative hard and deep enough, it will break through into its counter side. Yeah, Mary, I love you. Smooches. You're Miss Exceptional. See if you can say that without choking. Did I tell you I was something other than what I am? I am Mr. Exceptional. Kind of like Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank. You know, I'm Mr. Wonderful. I am what I am. I'm not going to disfavor that. I'm not going to shy away from it. I am what I am. It's kind of like asking Rush Limbaugh to say he's not the #1 commentator in urban America, in conservative America. It's like, no, I'm not #1. It's lying. You are. You're #1. So stop lying. So if you push a negative hard and deep enough, it will break through into the counter side. So the whole idea is that Roe v. Wade is about to be overturned. Roe v. Wade is about to be overturned. Roe v. Wade is about to be overturned. So if you keep saying it enough, all the army ants come out of the wilderness or whatever, and they're an attack involved at this particular point. The 12th one is the price of a successful attack is a constructive alternative. Can I tell you what the constructive alternative is for eradicating Roe v. Wade? The constructive alternative is to make it rare, safe, and legal. That's the constructive alternative. Rare, safe, and legal. They hit you with the rare one, which you know is not going to be rare. You know that's not going to be. As often as you can. Every time you have a college party, it's not going to be rare. It's not going to be safe. But it sure enough will be legal. There you go. And here's the 13th one. The 13th principle is pick the target, freeze it, personalize it, and polarize it. So they polarized Clarence Thomas with Anita Hill. At least they thought they did. It really didn't work. They personalized the attack. He was covering the civil rights, and they freeze the attack on Clarence Thomas being supported by civil rights groups until Roe v. Wade. And here's the target. Clarence Thomas is going to lead the overturn of Roe v. Wade. With that said, the Supreme Court's 1973 ruling to legalize abortion is one of the most notoriously incorrect decisions Thomas wrote in February of this year. Most notoriously incorrect decision. Slavery. Now, notice what he said here. He picked this one over slavery and Jim Crow. That's why black people don't like him. Shoot. And 2 weeks ago, Thomas was at it again. See, now they are picking. They're targeting. This is the guy. This guy's he's gonna mess it up for you. You're not gonna be able to, slam her in the back of the car and then 4 weeks later take her to the abortion clinic. You're gonna mess it up for yourself. And 2 weeks ago, Thomas was at it again. He wrote it is wrong to uphold prior Supreme Court decisions as an inexorable command, because he argued the earlier interpretation may not have been faithful to the original intent of the Constitution. Can I tell you why I love Clarence Thomas? This is why I love Clarence Thomas. He's logical. He is absolutely. See, now I get criticized for being too logical. But that's logical right there. You may have made a decision, but it might be the wrong decision based on hyperbole, based on propaganda, based on a lie. But that doesn't cede the fact that the original intent of the Constitution is your job as a Supreme Court justice. Thomas's reasoning can only cause one to wonder which cases the court will overrule next, wrote Justice Stephen Breyer, explaining that in the case being reversed, the earlier ruling was well-reasoned and had caused no serious practical. Now, this is why being a Democrat or a leftist or a socialist or a Marxist or a tyrannist, however way you wish to say it, this is why y'all are dangerous. Because you actually believe. Can you imagine if a baby survived an abortion and they took the mother to court? Not the father. If the baby took the mother to court and sued her for attempted murder. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the upheaval there would be in America on that particular? See, they really believe that abortion has caused no serious practical problems in the 4 decades since we decided. They really believe that. They don't think it's immoral. They don't think it's unconstitutional, and they don't think that they lied, misconstrued, reconstructed the Constitution in order to make it legal. They don't believe it. And this is a crazy thing. You can sit next to a leftist and they will explain to you their personal rationale for why something shouldn't be. And you can explain to them that it's not about your experiential discernment. It is about what the founders meant when they said life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's not what you think, because you evolved over time. It's what the founders saw and what their design was for this country. And based on that design, taking the Bible out, taking prayer out, wait a minute, aborting babies. Notice how during this decade, that decade right there, a lot of immoral things were done and one immoral thing made moral. Just saying. Just saying. Now, Breyer's words set off alarms. Is Thomas preparing to leave the court's conservative majority in a vote to overturn the 1973 court ruling legalizing abortion? Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? I'm going to tell you right now, because I'm running out of time. I'm going to tell you right the heck now. Clarence Thomas, not Antonin Scalia. It was always, gosh darn it, it was always Clarence Thomas that the left was frightened of. Clarence Thomas is the most constitutionally radical justice on the Supreme Court, bar none. The only thing that can be done to satisfy the left is if the Ginsburg seat is held for her and replaced with a leftist. If Donald Trump did that, these accolades of him being the greatest president in the history beyond Abraham Lincoln would end immediately. I am telling you without a single doubt, this is why you have to find the most conservative members to run against, conservative politicians to run in the primary in the spring, in the primary in the summer. You have to find them, and you have to defeat the moderate Republican, and you have to defeat the liberal leftist tyrannists. You got to defeat them, because what Donald Trump is saying, without a shadow of a doubt, my next one, Clarence, you'll lead. And the five of you all will get rid of Roe v. Wade. Oh my, what a day it will be in the kingdom of God. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you. I don't know if you listened tonight, but I hope that you did. If you didn't, if you missed anything, I hope that you remember this. Ladies and gentlemen, on this flag, as we remember in memorial, God blessed America. It is now time for America to bless God. Mary Brockman, smooches. Mrs. Biggs, love you. So glad that you all tuned in tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night. Jeff Kennedy, he'll be talking about why DC needs to write him a check and write it now. Good night.